Okay, so that's really good.
This is our A, B, C, D, E.
Yes, yes, yeah. So you go multi-dimensional immediately.
Yeah.
What we're offering under the Flow network.
Yes.
Because it's an affiliated network. All of a sudden it's just roaring in.
Yeah.
Documenting evolution of a concept.
Yeah.
We're saying, tonight we got nobody coming because, we couldn't, whatever, we're exhausted. It's kind of like, here we are.
Last minute Tuesday instead of Thursday.
Yeah. And so, all right, so what's the good thing about that? Having had this conversation, I'm now seeing this. This is what we're actually, everybody else is investing, and this is over invested. What I didn't see when I did this is I see this is it right here, and it's going down. So what is that equivalent to? So this is the equivalent of this, and then down. This, and then down. And this is where we are, in that trough. In fact, I don't do anything to actually reinvent. This trough just goes down like that. And that's what this is. Oh my goodness.
The evolution of species underwater versus... And then we just keep telling this. And then we show that we are...
This structure is critical. Like I am not, so we'll have to actually somehow... So now we have to actually structure this.
Yes.
Whereas we're just riffing.
Everyone's got brilliant ideas. How are you really going to stand out, and how are you going to be able to deliver that in this world? Now there's 100 accelerators in Toronto, and now people have to give away everything for free. They're giving away come to this event for free. I'm giving you this piece of thing for free. Everyone's having to give things away for free in hopes that they're going to get something back. Right? And it's so, for me, the whole documenting of...
None of the incubators, accelerators, like they do 8 weeks, it's 8 weeks, it's done.
Right.
Best of luck.
Right. And we can talk about the whole building resonance and pulling people into the building.
Build resonance, yes.
Build resonance, pulling people into these workshops.
And I'm not interested in equity, like people actually taking a percentage of this. I don't think I am. But I don't think I am. But it's more sponsorship. So here's a gift, so it's a research piece. And if we were to conduct research and then put something together that would actually then support the idea that the generation that is now looking to the future and saying, hey, decentralized is the way to go because the old hierarchy just doesn't allow for us to do what it is that we want to do with our lives. It's actually controlled us, all those kinds of things. This whole thing is laid out, our whole platform, the old way to the new way. But it just dawned on me, he is part of that whole piece. The reason he's actually jumping in because he wants to make a difference. The reason that the VCs who are my age are able to get managers, and to his point, you have to work through front lines coaching and then admin in social justice. You have to do that in everything, and then finally get to the admin and go, oh my God, shoot me, I don't want to do this. Mm-hmm. He's out here making a difference, but he's in a situation where we're telling him. Basically, everything you're actually doing, which I was aware as I did it, I made a choice. No, I'll throw it out there because I think he'll be receptive. Everything you're doing is to be able to go and support the old infrastructure that you say you don't want anymore. Mm-hmm. And you have no way of actually participating in something that's a new infrastructure because that's what we're bringing and it hasn't been built yet.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is what we add to their ecosystem.
Yeah.
Well, it's certainly, as they say, ballsy. So the onboarding needs to actually, between an accelerator and a scale up, it needs to be a transformer because you can only scale so high, you've got to transform your identity.
So if we create a compelling video story and put it on a crowdfunder and or get it into the eyes of whomever, that becomes our context.
So this is the, go ahead, go,
Just,
go. No, this is like, what you're saying is we're saying we're documenting evolution. Literally,
yes. So
before we actually document someone else's evolution, we have to document the evolution of this idea.
Yeah.
Or not, the 52 million is not a lot when you actually want to do something this big, but it's at this end. And the reason this is what the government is financing, as opposed to over here, there's no one financing that. And they're looking for us because what? Because why?
Why are they looking for us?
They realize they do not have enough capacity to succeed. which is our value proposition, which is the call to action, which is the whole thing that ties the whole thing together.
Beauty.
Okay, so there's the piece. They do not have that. They're looking for us. So there's our hook. That actually then, this is what I said, stick with that hook because it feels like it's a strong hook. Here's where, what you want. There's your little window on life, and here's what you need. And because what we're then actually starting to segue is to this. This is now a down. It's not exactly perfect the way I actually laid it out. This adoption curve, though, is critical to that. I have to actually figure out how do I layer that so I can talk to it. So it actually just goes click, 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 click. Very obvious. This is where all the money's going. And this is what we're saying, like, you got to actually start this. It's not this one, it's actually the next one. You got to start it here. That's what it was. Okay, that's the problem. If I'm actually over here, then I'm actually, like, it's in stability through volatility. I love it. We got all the bases covered. Managing risk, which is impossible. Unknown unknowns. What?
Do you think people will feel comfortable with that advertisement?
Well, that's how you actually make people feel comfortable. Absolutely. We've got everything covered. We are so smart.
Do you think there might be any?
We can outwit the weather as well as people's behavior at the macro level, that's all it is. The economics, financial markets are just people's behavior. So it's not businesses that change, it's people's behavior that changes. It's not financial markets that change, correct, have recession, depression. Though that's behavior. That's people's behavior. So it's reinforced psychologically. It's reinforced for a man constantly that we're inferior to women. So what are you going to do? You're going to dominate. And you're going to put structure in place that you can dominate through the use of force. Because we don't understand the yin component and the flow component. And the infinite of this of us. And then we've actually segmented, flow is the flow state for an athlete. Flow is the state of creativity. Flow is for business. Flow is for music. No, it's all, it's a box.
Then what does it look like?
Yeah. And what it looks like is this resonance that we're talking, we build up in ourselves, then we actually build coherence that then turns to our resonance. So then we're coherent with another extended system until we build that as one organism resonant. And then boof out from, that's the network effect. Saying, stop being so small.
Yeah.
Like, stop thinking so small. Stop being so small. Stop sensations, images, feelings, and thoughts associated with small. Of course we can freaking hear and see and all that. Like, hello, what if we're all connected? So while they're building their own business, they're learning how to actually build a network amplifier in a holistic
and a
new model.
Structure.
Yeah, all here to hub up in a network, and they go, okay, so I finished my part. Here's my puzzle piece, your puzzle piece, your puzzle piece. Who explained this is how we evolve? Nobody. Because they can't. It's unknown. It's unknowable unknowns. Welcome to the new economy. Okay. Okay, let's just be really clear. I've never fucking in a million years believed that that's even possible to create. But you're right. That's just the natural next evolution.
This is what I saw in your models.
Yeah, so this is right here. So that's the flow network. That's a bit of insight. And I think we captured it.
I think we captured it.
The camera actually decided to stay on for that. Do you do it on purpose or no? Like
No.
It's actually, the timing of it is perfect.
I know.